So, how you doing, my Jin? This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant, as always. Because what else would I be doing on Earth? It was if I wasn't talking about everything that the Earth is made of, which is what business and spirituality, baby. So, anyways, fuck El Mera, man. Like, fuck El Mera, dude. Like, like there's fuck this guy, man. Like, fuck this guy, man. First of all, I don't know. Like, if there's white people on his channel, I don't know why you're listening to this guy because he's fucking racist. He doesn't even like black people. He doesn't even like white people. I don't get it. If you're a if you're a black guy, man, you might not like me, but bruh, like, do your own research, please. Like, because there's a lot of things that I've said that's on point. Like it's on point. So please do your own research. You might not like me, but do your own research, man. Like, don't let this guy tell you a bunch of fucking nonsense, bro. Like, because that's what he's doing, man. He's telling you a whole bunch of crap. Some fake ass research books and all kinds of shit. He bought like 4 books off of Amazon last night, and you know what I mean. And then he makes a video talking about Lucifer don't exist and shit. Fuck out of here, man. Your book look and smells new, bro. Like, get the fuck out of my face with that shit, man. But the thing is, I think I explained everything in detail. So I don't know how you can look at the last video I did and feel like I'm deceiving you or something like that. I mean, he's sitting there, he's racist, bro. Like, he's sitting there and be like, you're a white guy, right? Hey, bro, like, you can talk to Lucifer in Creole if you want to. He'll understand, man. You know what I mean? You can talk to Lucifer in any language that you choose to. He'll understand what you're saying. He understands it perfectly well. And if you don't talk any other languages, he'll probably talk to you in Creole too. Shit. Um, you know, um, I don't know. This guy just has like a one-dimensional view on magic and mysticism. I don't know why you're following this dude. I don't know why you're listening to what this guy has to say, man. Like, it's he has a one-dimensional view on things. He doesn't believe. There's a bunch of white people that practice voodoo, man. Like, there's a lot of white people that practice voodoo, bro. Like, you'd be surprised, man. Um, he has this, like, I don't know. He has this tendency to hate towards white folks. So if you're white, I don't understand why you're listening. If you black, you got to stop listening to people like that, bro. Like, those people like him, they're one dimensional, man. Like, there's some things they're limited. Like, their brain is not open to exterior barums of reality. And you might take this as a diss towards him. You might take that as a diss towards yourself, but I'm just telling you the truth, bro. Like, that's just the truth, man. Like, you can take it however you want it, but it's the truth. I'm 100% being honest by telling you this, bro. Like, that's not the kind of mentality that you want to have in your life. It's not the kind of mentality that you want to hold in your mind. Open yourself up to different barums. You don't have to like get on your knees and fellatio the great white man. But you know what I mean. But no pun intended. But like you don't have. I mean, you can still have an open view about different cultures and different races without necessarily being a Sambo. And that's another thing. He keeps saying Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was not the bad guy. It was Sambo. Sambo was the bad guy. Sambo was like, you know, he was like the house nigga. He's the one that was like, snitching on other slaves and all kinds of shit. So you got to stop saying Uncle Tom first, because Uncle Tom was the good guy. He was the one that was trying to save everybody, and so it's a it's a it's a misguided it's a misguided euphemism. So it's not Uncle Tom that's bad. It's Sambo, nigga. Like when you're talking about like house niggas, you're talking about Sambo, not Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was kind of like a fucking Captain America. He was kind of like Captain America. He was kind of like for freedom. Captain America is for freedom. He's not, it's not about. He's not racist, bro. Sambo was racist. Sambo was kind of like fuck these black people. I'm in a good position with the white man, and fuck these black people. I'm gonna do everything in my power to stay in power. Um, so you got to stop. First of all, you got to stop saying Uncle Tom. You keep saying Uncle Tom. You know what I mean? And like this is fuckery, bro. Like this is just insane fuckery, man. Like like I don't. This is fuckery, bro. Like this. You can't look at my content and be like, oh, I'm lying or I don't know shit. That's just crazy. That's insane, bro. Like that makes no sense. I clearly specified certain aspect and certain points that are of good value and that are important to know. And you should be able to recognize that. I think you're smart enough to realize that, bro. Um, as of him, he's saying bullshit, man. Like and I understand that he might not want to tell. He might feel like I'm telling secrets, but that's not. Those things aren't necessarily secrets, man. Like it's just a normal process that everybody has to go through when they're on a spiritual path. It's a normal thing that you'll come to understand on a spiritual path. It's a normal thing for people to tell you these things when you're on a spiritual path. So people that watch my channel are people that are on a spiritual path. So it's my duty to I said duty. It's my job, it's my job to say these things. It's my job to teach. It's my job to direct you towards the right path. You can choose to not take the right path. You can choose to listen to El Mera talking to you about how demons don't exist and that he fought Conor McGregor and he won, and then he makes millions of dollars every day, and what I mean, he's the king of all the voodoo practitioners on the planet, and you can listen to that garbage, to that like mindless, senseless garbage, or you can listen to people like me that are just cool, calm, and collected, and explaining things to you how it should be explained. It's really your choice. At the end of the day, it's really your choice, bro. Like like you can, because what he's saying is garbage, bro. Like you can be like, I understand that you're a fan, but bro, like look at it from an exterior standpoint. What he's saying is trash. You know what I mean, bro? Like what is this guy saying? He's not saying anything, man. Like what he's saying is trash. Every like response he gave me to any of my videos was garbage. It was complete garbage. It was complete trash. It was just senseless babbling. You look at all the videos I made responding to him. I'm responding to him, and I'm teaching you spiritual things at the same time. It's not like I'm just cursing him the fuck out, the whole fucking 20 minutes, hour, or things of that matter, right? Like it's me explaining what my problem with you is, obviously, and clearly and calmly explaining to you what my problem is, and I'm teaching at the same time. There's a clear cut difference. There's a clear and cut difference. And he does that all the time. Like I just watched like a couple of his videos. He does that all the time. I mean, like, he went after this guy, the Santeria guy that was on Ieko Wedding show. He went after him too. And I don't know, maybe he might have a point in certain things. I think that he's just one dimensional. My real opinion about everything he said on the Santeria guy is that he's a one. What it sounds like is that he's a one dimensional person. I mean, he has a disdain for gay people. Um, and I don't know if the guy that was there was gay, but he kept alluring to him as being gay. So, but the way he expresses himself, I can see that there's this countryside, this very Haitian and countryside disdain for gay people, and a lot of people have disdain for gay people. I don't really have disdain for gay people. I don't trust gay people because of everything that's going on in the world right now. But if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't care what gay people do. So of course, right now I don't really trust gay people because it's kind of like, it feels like y'all trying to kill us up in this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, like, so I can't really trust gay people right now. But do I have like a clear cut problem with the fact that he's gay? Hey, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't. It doesn't matter what I think. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I love women. He likes guys. That's the end of the story. You know. So, and his whole white people can't do voodoo shit. Man, let me tell you right now, that's bullshit, man. What I mean? That's bullshit. White people can do voodoo, man. There's a lot of people that practice. There's a lot of white people that practice voodoo. You can go to Haiti and get your initiation even if you're white. I mean, I guess I'm not sure, but I guess there's somebody that's gonna give you an initiation if you look in the right places. You know what I mean? If you ask around, or maybe if you go with another black guy, another Haitian guy or something. I don't know. Um, but like I said before, there's a lot of voodoo has a lot to do with inspiration. Voodoo has a lot to do with using your imagination. Voodoo has a lot to do with being open, having the doors of your soul open so that they can communicate with you. And if you listen to this guy, it's like impossible for people to practice voodoo if they don't get initiated, which is not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. You can get initiated, but that doesn't mean you can't practice it. You know what I mean? I think the biggest difference between somebody that's initiated and somebody that's not initiated, it's all the you have some form of jump start on your practice. So somebody that initiated might be stronger in voodoo than somebody that's not initiated, obviously. Because you did a whole process, you did a whole ritual, because all that shit is all a ritual. So you did a very big ritual. So of course, if you're initiated, you might have more spiritual, more voodoo strength. But an everyday guy can still practice voodoo, like I said before, because a lot of these things are, you got to be inspired by the gods to create things. And voodoo is all about creating things. And I'm not saying demonology is not about creating things, because even in demonology, people paint pictures, and it has like a healing process. It has a meditative process. There's a lot going on when you're crafting. If you're a demonologist and you craft, you build things with your own hands, there's a meditative process. There's something going on there too. Voodoo is the same thing. You can create, you can be inspired to create whatever you want. So basically, Elmira's I don't know. Like I told you before, bro. This guy, man. I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I'm just sitting here and I'm scratching my head because I'm kind of like, yo, how can you watch like my videos, then watch his shit and feel like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy, bro. Like it's crazy. And I know he's feeling that Lucifer energy. I know he's not having a good time. Like if you watch his videos, you can see that he's not having a good time, bro. You can see that he's not having a good time. You can see it. He's not having a good time. This is not the best time of his life, bro. He's stressed out, and I mean he's bugging out. He's stressed out. He doesn't know how to answer. He doesn't. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like that's the reason why I'm so calm about this, because all I'm seeing is like this little kid drowning in the water, and he's like trying to swim out. You know what I mean? Like he's flinging his arms around and trying to swim out, bro. Like you're not gonna swing out. You're not swimming out of this water, man. Because the thing is, he's a very disrespectful person, and he's very like annoyed for no reason. He has a lot of opinions. He's very outspoken, I'll tell you that. He's very outspoken and he has a lot of opinions, but most of his opinions are false. Most of his opinions are false. They're based off of like backwood Haiti type shit, you know. No offense, but you're in America, man. Like you're in America, bro. Like, you gotta open. You have the opportunity to broaden your horizon, because there's nothing wrong with living in Haiti. There's nothing wrong with being raised by Haitians, but you're outside of your backwood country. Part of my language. You're outside of your backwood area of the country. So, because there's beautiful places in Haiti, and and everything like that, and Haiti is not a backward country. I don't want to sound like Donald Trump here. You know what I mean? Not that I have a problem with Donald Trump, but whatever, right? Um, but you have a chance to broaden your horizon. So that whole philosophy you have with Massisi and Mana and that whole shit, nigga, that's it's kind of lame, man. Like, it's a little bit. It's kind of lame, bro. Like you're one dimensional. So you got white people listening to this guy. He doesn't even like white people. There's a bunch of black people that listening to this guy, thinking that they can't be a spiritual powerhouse, and that's bullshit, bro. I'm a spiritual powerhouse, obviously. And I don't know, it's just fucking incredible shit, bro. Like, watching this guy is fucking incredible. And then and the worst part is there's a lot of people like sitting there defending him, and I understand why they're defending him, because they've been watching this guy for so long. But that's not my fault, bro. It's like, like, that's not my fault. I just the only reason why I know this guy is because of EA Coeding. Like, and he could have not cared. He doesn't believe in Lilith, but at the end of the day, he could have saw my video and not give a shit. Why did he pick me to answer? You know what I mean? Like, why did he answer to my videos? Like, what brung him to this situation? Like I said before, I did a ritual to Lilith. The next day, I had 100. Your food. Yeah, that's the part you don't understand. Like, your food, bro. Like, your food, man. Like, like, that's she gave you to me, so I can eat you. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing a pretty good job eating you up too. Some people might notice, some people might not notice. But I'm noticing that I'm eating you right up. You know what I mean? I'm eating all of you up, bro. I'm telling you, you ain't swimming out of this water. Because the thing is, when I said that we should bury the hatchet, you should have said okay. That's what you should have done. You should have been like, all right, whatever. Let's. I'm gonna change. You don't have to. Let's change the subject real quick. But you didn't. Instead, you was acting tough. You was saying all kinds of shit like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't stop. I don't stop. Once I start, I don't stop. And all kinds of shit. You was talking mad shit. You was talking bullshit, man. You was talking all kinds of bullshit, man. Well, guess what? You picked the wrong motherfucker to act like that with, bro. You picked the wrong motherfucker to act like that with, man. Like, so right now, everything that's going on is a consequence of all your misdeeds. Because I'm watching this guy's video and I'm seeing like, I thought my attitude was bad. But I'm watching this guy video and I'm starting to understand slowly, like, okay, so that's the real reason why I got pitted to this guy, bro. Like, 'cause he's just like insulting everything in this fucking wake, bro, for no reason, man. And he's doing suspicious shit. He's insulting everybody. He's insulting other cultures. Like, I didn't insult Santeria. You know what I mean? And I didn't really insult voodoo practice. I did say the whole, the whole mole thing and blah, blah, blah. But like I said before, I was just trying to motivate people, I was just trying to motivate people. I wasn't saying like voodoo don't exist and voodoo spirits don't have any power and shit like that. It's totally the opposite. I'm saying you have a lot of power. It just seems that you're not using as much as you could, there's a clear difference between that and you saying demons don't exist. And what the fuck does Santeria have to do with voodoo? Santeria is kind of like, it's the same thing with voodoo. So basically, I want you guys to go check out this guy interview. I'm gonna put it in the description. Santeria, Fusion of the Gods, interview with Santero documentary. You're gonna hear some things that I've touched upon come out of this guy's mouth. So I don't know, man. It is, you're gonna see a little bit of me in him. I mean, let's put it that way. You're gonna see a little bit of me in him, bro. And I don't know, man. Like, it's a good interview. It seems legit. It seems legit. I mean, bro, like, let's just put it like this. You can't, when you speak of the devil, he shall appear, and that you can bet your ass that that's a very true statement, and one of the biggest tricks that the devil ever pulled was making people believe that he didn't exist. Like, what I mean? So, like I said, like, you don't believe in these demons and this whole thing, but the only reason why you're here is because of demons. The only reason why you're on my channel, the only reason why we have this so-called beef is because of demons. You're not who you say you are. And people are starting to see that. Just the other day, somebody on your channel asked you on your live if you were racist. He said, "Are you racist? Because I'm white." They said that because he notices that you talk a lot in a negative way about white people. People are going to notice that some of your content, the content that you're pulling out right now, as of right now, is kind of bullshit. And they're going to see that I have more spiritual knowledge than you. Obviously. I mean, that's clearly the case. It's clearly the case. They're gonna, a lot of people are gonna start seeing that. A lot of people are gonna start seeing that if they already don't see it. I'm surprised that you can't see it right now, but you're gonna see it, and the truth will come into the light. I don't know if you're scamming people and all that shit. I don't know that. But there's something wrong about you. And it's gonna come out soon. And the reason why all this is happening is because you've misused, if you have power, you've misused your power. You've been very arrogant, distasteful, closed minded, unappealing to a certain crowd. So, this right here is just your karma, or whatever you want to call it, coming back to haunt you. Because if you hadn't noticed, you're up against an opponent that you barely can answer to. You finally faced an opponent that is not easy to scare, is not easy to take out, that's as smarter, probably stronger than you. You want to act all innocent, but you've put my name in a box in your kitchen. That's physical threats. That's physical harm. You wanted physical harm to happen to me. You wanted turmoil to happen to me. So what's going to happen to you is going to be the reward that you were looking for. In Haiti, Haitians have a saying: "Wap jwen sa ou tap vin chercher." So if you understand Creole, because you make your whole thing about Creole, like I said before, Lucifer speaks Creole too. If you want to talk Creole, we can talk Creole. It's not a big deal. So you're gonna, what that means is you're gonna find what you were looking for. You've been going after all these people, walking into people's homes, destroying things. I don't know if you had any business destroying those things. I don't know. I'm only speculating. But the way that you use your voice, the way that you use your power is irresponsible and unacceptable. So this is the reward that you will get. You haven't helped your community. You lie to your community multiple times. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, just look at the video he did when I made the video about emotions are not your best friend. He went and made a video saying a whole bunch of bullshit after saying why your emotions are your friend. And in that video, it was the biggest load of garbage that I've ever heard. It's the biggest load of crap that somebody can tell you. Because the principalities that I speak of are principalities that you find in Hermetic texts, Gnosticism texts like the Kabbalion tablets of Thoth, and others. Masonry books, if you're into that sort of things. Asian philosophy, Indian culture. There is no lie in the words I speak. Lucifer never lies. He always tells the truth. And the truth can be destructive. The truth can topple entire nations. So as I said before, what's going on right now is a direct result of your own actions, of your own deeds. Instead of cleaning your soul, instead of looking to open your mind, you receded into yourself because of your lack of trust in life, because of your lack of empathy for others. So you better know that there is no amount of voodoo that's going to help you now. If you hadn't understood the message by now, you should. No one's coming to help you. This is divine retribution. This is something that everyone goes through in their lives. Do not be saddened. Do not be afraid. Just know that you had to go through this. And I'm the one that's teaching you about this process. I'm the one that's teaching you and that will guide you through the darkness, because it is your time. This has nothing to do with Seth. This has nothing to do with the flesh that you're looking in the screen. This is your own judgment.